An ancient Greek general once wrote that the best man is the one who is trained in the severest school. This is especially true when it comes to fighting in cold weather.
Here's the commanding general of the 4th Marine Amphibious Brigade.
One of the most important missions for Marines is the preparation for wartime reinforcement of NATO's northern flank, for example, here in North Norway. In order to accomplish this vital reinforcement, we have to get here rapidly. Now, because Norway has had a long-standing policy of no foreign troops on its soil in peacetime, we can't station a Marine unit here with the required supplies and equipment for our wartime mission. But the Norwegians have agreed to hold this material for NATO forces, and so the Marine Corps is pre-positioning supplies and equipment here in Norway. Each year, the United States Marines conduct operational training in Norway as a part of annual NATO exercises. In addition to that, the Norwegian Army also provides basic cold weather and ski training for a small number of Marines in small units such as our reconnaissance elements. But the bulk of Marine Corps individual and unit cold weather training is done in the United States at our northeast and north central training bases and at Pickle Meadow in Bridgeport, California, which is on the eastern slope of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. This center was first established in 1951 to prepare Marines to fight in the cold weather environment of Korea. I'd like to introduce to you now the commander of Northern Norway, Com Nan, who will tell us more about his plans for the defense of his region and about the vital importance of North Norway to its NATO allies.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Ulf Berg. I am a Lieutenant General in command of the Allied forces in North Norway. Now here in Norway we consider freedom as a precious gift, mainly I think based on our experience in World War II. As you know, we were attacked, occupied and deprived of our freedom. 5 years of occupation is a costly affair in many ways, and it lingers on in our minds. We are determined not to let this happen again with the help of our allies. Let me say a few words about my country, which, as you will see, stretches very far north and close to the seaway to the north. Our geographical position controls, in fact, key parts of the North Sea, the Norwegian Sea, and the North Atlantic, and that is why our airfields, our ice-free harbors, deep water fjords, and the lead to the north are so important. Very close to our border with the Soviet Union, not more than 10 miles away, you will find that the Kola base area begins. It is the home of the Northern Fleet, the largest concentration of naval forces in the world. The Kola base area has the only Soviet ports in the Western Hemisphere, from which the Soviets have free access year-round to the open seas to deploy units of their Northern Fleet. As these ships deploy, they must pass along our long Norwegian coast and during a period of the year between Norway and the ice barrier in the Norwegian Sea. Norway is a member of NATO and is responsible for active surveillance of the air and the sea in the north. This includes monitoring the movements of any Soviet submarine in the area, and one should remember that they have a large number, including submarines with long-range intercontinental ballistic missiles available. National policy prohibits the stationing of foreign troops on our soil in peacetime, but in time of crisis or war, our allies will reinforce us so that we can maintain control of our airfields and harbors along our long coastline. In order to speed up the reinforcements, we are planning on pre-positioning supplies and equipment in Norway, and we consider this as a necessity mainly because of our exposed situation. our coastline is cut by narrow, deep fjords and steep mountains. An amphibious landing is therefore complicated, especially during our severe winters. In fact, all operations are hampered by the climate, and this underlines the need for special training and equipment. That is why our allies, among them Canadians, American, British and Dutch forces, conduct cold weather training on a regular basis to perfect the ability of the fighting man to survive, move and fight in these environments. In addition, we also provide cold weather courses for Allied officers and men in some of our training establishments.
One unit that has had the benefit of training on our soil for many years now is the 3 Commando Brigade of the UK Royal Marines, including a group of Marines from the Netherlands. They have been conducting cold weather training every year for about 8 weeks prior to our annual exercises in wintertime. Here is the brigade commander to tell you more.
Royal Marines Commandos, as professional fighting units with experience of operations around the world, understand that they must be well trained for their specialized role here in Norway. Our NATO job here, in time of tension or in war, is to reinforce NATO's northern flank. It is mandatory that we be well trained in cold weather operations. I command a brigade of some 4,000 men, and included in my brigade are units of the Royal Netherlands Marine Corps. My headquarters is here in southern Norway, near Lillehammer. 4-5 Commando are located just outside Bjerkvik on the north side of Narvik Fjord. As you can see, 4-5 is situated in the narrowest part of Norway, a choke point and therefore a vital area. Here is the commanding officer of 4-5 to tell you about his area.
My name is Lieutenant Colonel Ian Moore of the Royal Marines, and I command 4-5 Commando. You've seen a map of the country. Now let's go up and see what it actually looks like. Now take note of the magnificent landscape. Very beautiful and very stark. On a fine day, it's fun to train in the snow. But with the Arctic winter weather as changeable as it is here on the Gulf Stream, when the combined temperature with wind chill can suddenly plummet to -40 degrees or below, the snow and the cold can keep you from doing your job as a fighting man. Like an enemy, the snow and cold can literally kill you. 14 years ago, 4-5 Commando, my unit, was sent to Norway for training as the first Royal Marine unit to be given the Arctic cold weather warfare role. We've been training here each year for the 3 winter months ever since. Today, 4-5 Commando operates as part of 3 Commando Brigade. In addition to training Royal Marines, we train students from our NATO allies, including the United States Marines.
So much for why Norway. We'll take a closer look at Norway's cold weather. Norway's winters are known for the rapid changes in temperature. These temperature changes cause alternate freezing and thawing. And strong winds dramatically increase the effect of cold temperatures. This is well known as the wind chill factor. The cold affects the mind as well as the body. Routine tasks take longer. soldiers get cold and tired, they tend to withdraw into themselves, get depressed. They may find it hard to remember where they put their equipment. Simple drills and procedures are forgotten. Several months of extensive training is required for the fighting man to learn to cope with the cold.
The cold does reduce fighting ability, but it doesn't make it impossible to fight. With knowledge, good equipment and training, experience in the severest school, one can overcome the cold and be successful in combat.